trying to go after his second MMA title to put a second strap. And now we head to the final fight of the preliminary card in the flyweight division between Daniel Mugino and Ramazan Timurov. We see Timurov walking into the future MMA arena. One more international fighter that is going to throw hands inside the future MMA decagon, reminding you guys that we are in Minas Gerais in Santa Luzia. Tiago and I that are doing the international broadcast are remotely from the northeastern part of Brazil. Tiago, Timurov, what can we say about him?
Timurov is a young fighter. He's only 24-year-old. He's 4'1", and he trains at Chute Box in Bauru, São Paulo. So he's actually from Uzbekistan, but he's been training in Brazil for a while. It's I love seeing fighters from out of the country because they have different schools. They have different kind of training, and that it's very clear when you see a bunch of Brazilian fighters fighting, and then there's a guy from Uzbekistan, from Pakistan, from I don't know, maybe another completely culture different country. It's very interesting to see how the game is different according to those countries.
Exactly. I mean, it's always we used to we like to say here in Brazil that every time you see an "ov" at the end of a name, your knees start to shake, man. I mean, every time you see an "ov," man, it's you're in harm's way. You're gonna get hit by a truck because they're just built so physically tough and mentally tough. You know, there's just no facial expression. They're just as cold as an ice block. You know. You don't know what's going through their minds.
Yeah, and one thing that we always expect from those fighters is cardio. They're very athletic. They have endurance. They have cardio. They can fight for 10 rounds and don't get tired.
Yes, and that's exactly because the kind of a game that they use, that cage game and that pound, you need to have good cardio. Daniel Mudinho, Thiago, what can we say about this guy that has a very tough mission in front of him tonight?
Daniel Mudinho is also young, not as young as Timov. He's 28. He's also 4'1". He has 4 victories and only 1 defeat. And he represents TF Team from Bahia. And there is a very famous saying in Bahia that I love, which is, oh my gosh, Max, how am I going to translate that?
Bahia is punches in the head. That's basically
Okay,
it
perfectly
doesn't make
said.
sense, but that's exactly why it's so interesting.
So people in Bahia like to punch your head. So don't stay still in front of a Baiano.
Yeah,
Don't stay
basically
still
they
in
don't
front of a
care
guy.
about punching you in the nose or in the chin. They're just gonna punch you in the head. This doesn't matter where it hits. Their eyeball is hitting your head. That's their bullseye.
And if it hits, it hurt, man,
Oh,
because
yeah.
they have heavy hands.
Oh yeah, I mean, guys from Bahia are normally good boxers, very strong, very fast, very long arms. And that's exactly what we see in Daniel Mugio right now. I mean, you can see physically strong, long arms, long legs. Let's see if he can really use that reach and put that into his boxing.
There you see Mudinho praying before getting in the cage.
It's funny how every athlete has a different thing that he does. Some of them stomp their feet, some run around, some pray, some crawl.
Some jump with only the right foot.
Yes. There you see the tail of the tape. 34 years old for Timurov, 28 for Mugino. Slight height advantage for Mugino. Both athletes made way professionally. Daniel Mugino, Muay Thai expert, and Ramazan Timurov, an MMA expert. Definitely didn't. And there we have next bout of the night, last bout of the preliminary card, Timurov versus Mujinho. Let's see what's going to happen. I'm very curious for this fight now, Tiago.
So am I.
Let's see what Timurov has to offer. There's so much hype around five guys from Kazakhstan and Dagestan and Uzbekistan. Everything that finishes with "an" and has an "ov," there's expectations. So,
Okay, you got my attention.
Yeah,
You
you know what I'm
finish it
saying?
with off.
he's from a country that finishes in "an," and his name finishes in "ov." Okay, so let's sit down and watch. Good overhand right. Wow. Oh my God.
Wow.
He is out cold. What an overhand right for Timurov. Wow.
That was beautiful.
Tiago, if that's not one of the best overhand knockouts I've seen in my life, there must be something wrong.
Okay, we have a winner for knockout of the night already.
Yes, for sure.
Timurov, go get your check.
Wow. Daniel Mujinho still on the canvas. I mean, that must have been on the button. Wow. Timurov making a statement here in his first fight in Future MMA. I think this kid will be in the main card in his next fight for Future MMA. What a hammer this kid has in his hands.
He needed only one punch. He just needed to connect it
Man,
once.
When that connected, I mean, he just pulled the plug. Mujinho was out cold. He's still laying there. Let's look at that replay. Wow. That was just sniper. He threw that overhand so well. As we can see, Mujinho only came back a couple of seconds ago. He was actually out this whole time.
When a heavy punch like that touches your chin, man, you sleep. There's no way your body just gives up.
And I mean, there's just no way that you can see something like that coming. You know, that was just crazy.
It was fast. He feinted a jab, and then he came up with the overhand. So hats off to Timurov. Beautiful, beautiful overhand.
That was just beautiful, man. Wow. I'm still impressed. I mean, we were expecting that Khabib ground game, that tight
Exactly.
pressure on the ground and pound, but this kid just threw an overhand right that was like a nuclear bomb. His opponent was out for a couple of minutes, and we didn't see him shoot for one takedown.
He didn't need to. When you have heavy hands like that, you don't need takedowns. I want to talk about that Future MMA shirt again. It's beautiful.
It is. I think it's so clean. You know, that's what makes the difference. It's clean. I like the way the lettering is, the artwork, and there you go. Boom.
Oh man, that's beautiful.
And I mean,
It gets even better when you rewatch it.
and he just threw that overhand right. So he winded his hips up, and his body just twisted, and oh my God, that was just beautiful.
I really want to see a Robin Black breakdown.
Yeah,